All right, welcome back, folks. I'm Kenjamin, and today I'm telling you about this system that people have not been taking advantage of. And you only have access to this system in tier 3. So if you are not here yet, don't worry about it. Well, you should worry about it. If you haven't reached here yet, this is something you'll need to know for the future. And if you already are in tier 3, here's something that you definitely need to know and need to start taking advantage of. So this NPC here is the transfer skill tree NPC. And if you don't know where to find it, just type in transfer and it'll blink on your map right here. But basically what you can do here is you can transfer skills to make your skills even more powerful. What do I mean by that? So if you come to a skill, you can see that there are levels on some of your skills, like Swift Finger level 1. And if you look, the next level is level 2, of course. But for some skills, your tripods, you don't have any skill levels. So what you can do once you run Chaos Dungeons in Tier 3 is you can get equipment that have these skills. And so if you look under skill tree effect, you'll see Artillerist Flamethrower, Quick Prep level +1, Homing Barrage, Weak Point Detection level +1. And so what you'll do is you'll come to this NPC right here and you can choose your equipment. This is where, this is like your main equipment. This is what you have on equipped. And what you can do is you can choose a material gear, which is the gear that you want to feed into your main gear. So you'll just choose a slot over here. You can choose an existing one, or you can choose one that you do not have a tripod effect for already. And let's say I want to have ranged install. I want to transfer this skill from my material gear and I want to feed it to my main gear. And I want to bring this skill over here. And since this skill is level 1, I have a 100% success rate of transferring this skill over here. And of course, it will cost silver. So if I find a different piece of equipment, one that's like level 2, I can't find anything. But basically, if your skill level is level 1, it will always have a 100% chance of transferring. But I think if it's level 2, it decreases down to like half that amount, or maybe like 80%. I'm not entirely too sure because I don't have anything with like a level 2 skill. But basically, like here, I'll do it for the sake of this video. So for here, I have a skill that I do need, and I'm tracking the skill. I'll go over that in just a little bit. But I want to bring this skill over, Flamethrower, Quick Prep. I want to increase that level. So I'm just going to click transfer, and here's what it looks like. There we go. So transferred successfully. Now my level for Quick Prep has gone up +1. Right, so if I go to Flamethrower, Quick Prep is now level 2 instead of level 1. And so now at level 2, my cooldown is minus 4.7 seconds. Now you're wondering, why do some of these gear have that little symbol at the right instead of like this one right here where it doesn't? That's because I have this tracking system. So for my Flamethrower skill, I'm tracking Quick Prep, I'm tracking Shield, and I'm tracking Scorching Blaze. So all you have to do to track is you'll open your skill system, your skill tree. You'll go to settings right here. And then you'll just click on this cool little button and it'll track. And if you click it again, it'll untrack. And that'll basically let you know, like on a piece of equipment that you've gained, if that equipment has a skill that you need. It does not tell you what level that skill is at. It'll just tell you, oh, excuse me. It'll just tell you that that piece of equipment has that particular skill. And the highest you can have a skill level is +4 on an equipment. So that way you can have max level of 5. And so eventually, you know, you want to have all of your gear with skills at level +4. But of course, that's much, much later down the line. Since we are just at the very beginning of tier 3, we shouldn't be rushing to do that too much, but it is something that we should prioritize once we reach tier 3 because it'll just boost our damage so much more. Another thing that we need to know is the inventory for the transfer skills. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my headpiece here, my hat, and I can save these skills in my skill tree inventory. Which one is better? I feel like my my weapon is better because I have I have tripods all across that I am tracking. So I'm gonna save it right here. I'm going to overwrite what I currently have in my inventory. And it does not cost a single thing. So if I have this weapon here and I want to apply these tripods here, I can do that. Yeah, so all existing skill tree effects of the gear will be deleted. So all of these will be deleted right here. And the gear cannot be used as material gear. So what it's basically saying is I cannot use this set. I cannot use these to feed into another one. You know what I'm saying? So now I have these tripod effects in my weapon that I have equipped. And then also another weapon that I'm not going to use. But the thing is, I cannot transfer these into a different weapon. So if I wanted to transfer these tripod effects into like my glove pieces, I cannot do that. You see, like this one right here does not show up anywhere here in material gear. So if you think what you can do is transfer from your main gear to like alt gear and then transfer your alt gear to your main gear, you can't do that. So you cannot do that. And so you'll still have your tripods in your skill tree inventory, but then, like I said, you can't use it as material gear. It's basically wasted gear at this point. So what do you do with equipment if it does not have skills that you need? You can either dismantle them, or if you know that they are tripods that other people might be using, like for buckshot or napalm shot or jump barrage, you can always put those on the market and see if those will sell. And of course, if they are higher level skill tree effects, like for the tripods, then you can always put those on the auction house as well. Oh wait, I lied. You can't auction these because these are from the Chaos Dungeon. I think you can auction other gear though. I'm not too sure about that. Yes. And so another thing I forgot to mention is if you are transferring skills, there's going to be let's say my success rate is like 10%. There's going to be a powder that you can use and it will double your success rate from like 10 to 20%. That powder, where is it? Is this one right here. Powder of Sage. And it says right here, when used in equipment to transfer a skill tree effect, it increases the probability of success. Your success rate will double from like 10% to 20%. And of course, the higher the skill tree level that you're trying to transfer, like the lower your success rate. And I think the lowest you can get is like, what, 5%? And I think that's like at level 4. Like if you're trying to transfer level 4 skills. Sorry, I know my inventory looks really messy. I should have switched it over to equipable items to begin with. You do not have any skill tree effects on your accessories. Your accessories are strictly engraving effects, and your equipment that you have on is your skill tree effects. Keep that in mind. So if you're trying to get your skill tree effects on your accessories, that does not happen. I wonder if you can find skill tree effects on the auction house. So let's go gear. Let's go advanced settings. We're gonna go... Let's go air raid. Let's search. Oh yeah! It looks like eventually you can trade legendary equipment with skill tree effects. So this one has Air Raid 4 Barrage Howitzer. And this one has, ooh, Energy Field level 3. Freeze Shell and Air Raid. Oh my gosh, Energy Field level 3? Or Energy Increase level 3? Oh, that is so good. Oh my goodness. Wow. I did not realize how good that was. Yeah. And I think you get the legendary gear from doing Abyss Dungeon. I could be mistaken. Because I'm not high item level enough to do that. But I'm kind of going off tangent now. But basically, to summarize, you have equipment that you can get skill tree effects from. Come over here to the transfer skill tree NPC. Transfer your skills. The higher the level, the lower your success rate. Use the skill tree inventory if you have skills that you want to transfer to new gear. And you cannot use the transfer system if you move your tripods from your inventory to new equipment. So that's basically it. Oh, and also use your powder of sage when you have to. But that's basically it for this video. If you found this video useful, then please let me know in the comment section and consider subscribing and liking. But that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!